What's up, buddies? What the gym? And alive once again for what the gym presents. Ask me anything and everything. This is monthly Q&A live stream. This is number 8, and I'll be doing this for the rest of the year. So there'll be 12 of these in total. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll also be talking about what I've been up to lately. The last time I did one of these was in late, I think it was late July. So yeah, it's been about 4 weeks since the last time one of these. Hello, James. Great to see you. I've got quite a few YouTube shorts I've got to do from James, so I'll be doing more of them very, very soon. But I've got a lot of other YouTube short ideas to do, so I might as well get to what I've been up to lately. But if you've all got any questions, please let me know, and I'll try my best to give a good answer. But as you can see, I've got a couple of Roy Orbison albums behind me. Roy Orbison's my favourite vocalist of all time. I guess I might as well read this. We've got Mickey here. Hello, Mickey. If you don't know, I've done a live stream with him talking about his new album called, it's by a band Symptoms of Lunacy, called Hello My Brother. He said, "Hey, my friend, hope you're doing well. Working on some assignments and will participate as much as possible." I appreciate that, Mickey. So I'll talk about what we've been up to in terms of movies, then TV, then video games, then music, and they've got a few miscellaneous things to mention. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about the seen all the Disney Renaissance films. I watched all the ones I hadn't seen before. I think I'd already seen 4 of them. I think the ones I'd already seen were Lion King, Mulan, Little Mermaid, which I saw for the first time this year. I grew up watching The Lion King, and Mulan, I think I watched it last year for the first time. Or I think it might have been 2020, actually, just before the remake. Trying to think, well, I'd seen Aladdin, and I'd seen Beauty and the Beast. So I've seen them, I think I've seen. Well, I've seen Beauty and the Beast once, but I think I've seen Aladdin a couple of times. But they were the only ones I'd seen. And I asked Jacob Martin if he wanted to do a live stream, talk about those movies. And we went ahead, did that. We ranked all those 10 Disney Renaissance films. I really enjoyed watching all of them for the first time. It was really, really great. It's my favourite era of Disney. It was Jacob's as well. Got James Singer's Circle of. Hello, Jason. I've got a question from Jason. So, is there a movie that you think is overrated and one underrated this year? Oof. The one underrated, I wouldn't say it's underrated. I just think not enough people are talking about it, and it's a film with Tom Hanks in. It's called A Man Called Otto. I thought that film was really great, and not a lot of people really talked about that. And I never did a YouTube short reviewing it, and I kind of wish I did that now, but I'd have to rewatch the film again to do a YouTube short reviewing it. But most overrated film, oof. There is one, but I still thought it was a very good movie, and that's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I wasn't disappointed by it, but I didn't think it was an amazing movie. I just thought it was a very good movie. So probably that one for most overrated. I got my mum saying, "We enjoy watching Gran Turismo with you today." Yeah, we saw Gran Turismo in the cinema. I'll be talking a bit more about that in a bit. But I'll also be doing a YouTube short reviewing that very, very soon. We got Mike. Yo, Mike. I'm doing well, thanks. Hope you are too. So, I was just talking about what I've been watching all Disney Renaissance films. But in terms of films I've seen in the cinema recently, I saw The Meg 2. I thought that was great, but it isn't a great movie. I just had a blast watching it. It's just an okay movie, but I still thought it was really. I just had a really enjoyable time with it, though. I also saw the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, Mutant Mayhem. I didn't think that was going to be very good, and I was really surprised with it. It's probably my biggest surprise of the year in terms of movies. I didn't think it was going to be that good. And I thought it was really great. I really enjoyed that film, and I buy it. I buy it when it comes out on DVD, definitely. I also saw Blue Beetle, which I really liked. I'm not sure if I'd watch it again though, but I had a good time with that movie. And I've done a YouTube short reviewing Mutant Mayhem and Blue Beetle. And also today, with my mum, dad, and myself, we saw Gran Turismo. And I saw Mike aka Digiz's review on it. He said it wasn't that great. So I thought it was just going to be maybe an okay movie, but I thought it was really great. I thought it was really good. That was another pleasant surprise for me. But yeah, I just wasn't expected to be as good as it was. I think that and Mutant Mayhem both were definitely the biggest movie surprises of the year for me. And we've got James saying, "Have you met any YouTube celebrities?" Well, to me, they're YouTube celebrities, but it probably depends on who you ask. But I've met Mike Higgins. Did you see that? Several times. I've met the Chosen One. He's Mike's brother. I've also met IMO reviews, but I've not met any big YouTube celebrities though. YouTube celebrities. I'm Anna from What the Gym the movie. I just need to wait for I just need to find a director for that film, for What the Gym the movie. I wonder what the story would be about. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of movies. I've seen quite a few films in cinema recently. We've got James saying, if you were to make a cast of any movie franchise, who would you pick and why? Oof. That's quite a hard question, James, actually. I'll have to do some more thinking about that, actually. That might not be that could be a good idea for a YouTube short. I might add it on my list. But yeah, I'll definitely do a YouTube short on that. I'll have to do a bit more thinking on that question. So that's it for movies. Now we move on to TV. Got a couple of things to mention here. First of all, I watched all the episodes of Father Ted, and it's one of my favourite comedies. In fact, it's in my top 10 TV shows. I thought the first series was very good. Second series I thought was really great. There were some real hilarious episodes there, especially the first two episodes. I thought they were the best Father Ted episodes, especially Hell. Hell's my favourite Father Ted episode. When they go on holiday, it's really funny. And the third series of Father Ted, I liked it more than the first series, but not quite as much as the second. I think the second series is definitely the peak of Father Ted. Yeah, reverse. It was a very funny moment. I think my favourite funny Father Ted moment is number 11. Number 11. It's really funny. We've got Mike saying, "Do you 500 subs? Just want to say I'm extremely proud of you and how much you've grown to the first came across your channel. I really appreciate that, Mike. Keep it the solid work you deserve. Way more subs. So do you, Mike. Hopefully I'll get to 500 soon. I really appreciate that. If you don't know, I'm doing a contest to try and get to 500 subscribers. If you're in the vinyl community, I recommend looking at my contest. Try and get me to 500 subscribers, and also just to be a part of the contest. I go with that saying, Newcastle depressing day. Yeah, in terms of TV news, yeah, it was Newcastle v Liverpool in football. At Liverpool, while my dad's not very happy. He's Team Newcastle all the way. Jason, my parents really like Father Ted. I'd never known Americans liking Father Ted. That's really cool. But I wonder, have you seen any episodes, Jason? I thought I told you about that. Yeah, you probably did, James. Who did you watch an episode of Father Ted? He was in Germany. So everything was in German. There was no subtitles. Could you never not read what was going on? But there's also another TV show I recently seen. I've not watched all of it yet, but it's a series on Apple TV Plus called 1971, the year that changed music. And I thought it was going to be an amazing series, and I do think it's very good. But I thought it'd be a bit more about the music than it actually is. And some of the songs they've chosen are either songs that were recorded in '71 but were released in 1972, or they were just some real obscure songs. And considering 1971 was my favorite year of music, there's so many big songs to include that I've not heard some of those big songs yet. But I'm only episode 3 of 8, so I might like it more as the series goes on. But at the moment, I think it's very good. But I thought it was going to be amazing. James saying, fed up with Brick. Yeah, me and my dad have actually been talking about the Father Ted stage show. If you don't know, my dad's Toon Army Steve, And yeah, we both thought of an idea. Well, I thought of a Father Ted musical, but he just thought of just a Father Ted stage show. And I definitely watched that. You just have to recast everyone. But yeah, I think that'd be something I'd definitely watch. Sounds like my kind of series. I think if you love a good comedy, Jason, yeah, I think you love Father Ted. I'd definitely recommend it. Especially if you could find the first 2 episodes of the second series, I'd start with those ones. And we've got Mike saying, I work on any new video series coming to your channel in the future. Well, actually, one of the miscellaneous things we're going to talk about, I might as well talk about that now, and that is I'm going to Blackpool next week. So I'll be doing a couple of videos on going to Blackpool. I'll also be make a video this week to upload for next week when I'm away. So there'll still be content when I'm on a holiday, but I'll just be on holiday, so it'll be pre-recorded content. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'll also be doing a YouTube short when I go to Liverpool as well. We're going to Liverpool for a day. We go to Blackpool, but because I've already done 2 videos dedicated to Liverpool, well, actually 3. Actually, I think I've done 4 videos dedicated to Liverpool trips. I'm only going to do it as a YouTube short this time. But yeah, I guess that's a series going on. But live streams, I'm still trying to get guests on doing them. But I don't think I'm not getting a YouTube short series or any of the video series going on, so it's just what I'm doing on a holiday, really. So I think I've talked about TV now. We'll now move on to video games. I've only got one video game to mention. That's what I'm currently doing with my dad, and it's called Lego 2K Drive. I think this game's amazing. It's one of my favorite car racing games ever. In fact, it's probably my top 20 games of all time. I think it's fantastic, and I love that my dad and myself could play it together, and we're having a blast doing the story mode in that game. Yeah, if you love Lego games and love kart racing games, I'll be surprised if you don't have Lego 2K Drive. It's an amazing game. I too am making a video of a fancast of Thomas characters. Do you mean Thomas the Tank Engine? The only thing I'll say is that it's a piece of a larger project. That sounds very interesting. Good luck with that, James. But yeah, I think Lego 2K Drive's amazing. I'll definitely do the YouTube short reviewing that after me and my dad try our best. We'll try our best to complete the story in that game. We'll try and get the game 100% completed. When I'll move on to what in terms of music. Well, yesterday I received a package from the YouTube of Vinyl Boz, aka that vinyl channel. He sent me some records, and it's part of the vinyl community. So therefore, it's VCLT, which stands for Vinyl Community Love Train. And he sent me a couple of records, and on that was the video I'm doing this week, as well as I'm doing a contest entry for a different YouTube channel, both in the same video. So stay in tune for that. But yeah, it was really kind of him to send some gifts. I really appreciated that. My dad saying Lego Father Ted, that's a winner. I'm not sure that would ever happen, but if it did, I'd definitely buy it. I've also been listening to all the Led Zeppelin studio albums. I did a live stream ranking all of them. I really enjoyed listening to all of them. I found out who did 8 albums after I'd heard about 5 of their albums, so I thought, well, I might as well listen to all of them then. And then I've also been listening to, I'm going to be doing a couple of YouTube shorts on this band, one on ranking the albums, and one on my top 10 songs, and that's the Velvet Underground. I've listened to all their albums. They've only had 5 albums, so I enjoyed going through all of them. So yeah, I thought, I really enjoyed going through Led Zeppelin, the Velvet Underground. They've probably been some of the music highlights this year. Listen to their discography. Yeah, I thought you meant Thomas the Tank Engine. Also, James May's Duck. I've also had a great August so far. Went to a car boot sale. Very nice, James. Did you get anything when you went to car boot sale? Actually, my mum went to one on Saturday, and she sent me some pictures of records that they were selling there. But they weren't ones I was that interested in buying. But before moving on to miscellaneous stuff, I'll talk about what albums I've been listening to this last 4 weeks since I've done one of these live streams. Let's see. There's quite a lot of albums. I won't talk about all of them. But I'll talk about an album I heard on the 2nd of August. It was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of this album, and that is Jackson Browne's Lawyers in Love, which is now one of my favourite albums of the 80s. I thought it was brilliant. I've also been listening to Cream as well. I've nearly finished all their albums. I started listening to a best of Cream, and I found that they've only got 4 albums, so I thought, well, I might as well listen to all of them. I also celebrate the anniversary of the Beatles' Revolver, one of my favourite albums of all time, as well as celebrate the anniversary for the Beatles' Help. I listened to a Ringo album I hadn't heard before, but I got it on vinyl. I also listened to my favourite album of this year so far, and that is by Ian Hunter. And I listened to that on the 8th of August, and the album's called Defiance Part 1. So I think Part 2 is releasing next year. Definitely going to be buying that. Also, it's the 5th album anniversary of the Reclaimers and Recyclists. Also, in between all the stuff, I listened to quite a few Led Zeppelin albums, as well as I bought a box set of the first 5 Monkees CDs. It was original album series, and yeah, I've been listening to all of them on CD, and I enjoy listening to all of them. My favourite out of those 5 was probably their first album, their self-titled debut, but my favourite Monkees album is Good Times. I think that's a perfect album. I also do a couple of albums that are now in my top 50 albums of all time, and that being pronounced Leonard Skinner, but of course Leonard Skinner, which is one of my favourite albums of 1973, and also be listening to what is called No Other, and it's by Gene Clark. I listened to this. That's my favourite album of 1974, and in fact, I'm looking at the CD I bought of it right there. He also, on the same day, listened to the Gene Clark album, as he was a member of the Byrds. I also listened to Mr. Tambourine Man on that day. I've also been listening to Blondie as well. My dad bought a Blondie compilation, and I bought a couple of their CDs. I'm also currently going through, now that I've done all of his Monkees CDs, and now I've got the original album series for the Hollies. So I listened to all of them in anticipation when I see the Hollies in concert in late September. And a big thanks to Brian and the fact that won his contest, with the winnings. I bought that Hollies box set. Was listened to some Velvet Underground albums. I also listened to the Police self-titled debut, not self-titled, but their debut titled Outlandos de More. I think when I did a ranking of it in someone's live stream, I think it might be Sound Lab Studios live stream. I think I gave it a 9.75, but when I listened to it, I think I liked it 0.25 less. So I think it's a 9.5. Because the song "Be My Girl Sally," I forgot how mediocre that song is. I thought it was quite good, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of that song. And I'll also be listening to Bruce Springsteen's "Letter to You." I'll be finishing that this evening. But it's a double album, but only 3 sides of music. The 4th side's got a picture on it, which I found quite interesting. I'm sure they could have figured out a way of making it just one disc. Maybe they could have got rid of a couple of tracks, but I think the Letter to You Bruce Springsteen album, I think, is very underrated. Such a fantastic Bruce Springsteen album. If you like Bruce Springsteen and not heard the album, definitely check it out. But let's see what's going on here. What Nancy just bought Anya, I think that's how you tell your name. It's double album. Blame Gran Turismo, having the song from her today. Yeah, they had the song Sail Away, which she sings. Should sound good in the new speakers Oh yeah, my dad bought some new speakers as well, so it should sound good on that. The first song we listened to those speakers on, was the Beatles "Come Together." I thought it'd be a great one to start. We'll listen to those speakers with. That'll be a great song to start it with. Thunderbird 2 Jet, a Lego buildable Iron Man figure alongside, and you devoured Lotus, Biscoff cake. Very, very, very interesting stuff. So I'm assuming you got all that in the car boot. Got quite a variety of stuff there. Jason, how familiar are you with the albums for the 1990s? I am quite familiar with the albums of the 1990s. It's not my favourite era of music, but there are some albums in 1990, I think, in the 1990s that I think are incredible. That's a great Grateful Dead on vinyl for me next. Yep, my dad said that he's been listening to the Grateful Dead, and I said that I've been hearing a couple of their songs a few months ago, and yeah, I've got one of their albums on my list to listen to. I might buy one of their albums physically, but I don't know enough of their music to do that yet. But my dad says CDs have gone have to be one of the best value things in the world. £2 plus $3 for a used album. Such good value these days. I agree. I think if you like music, I want to start a collection. I think CDs should be what you do. It's definitely great value for money. Jay's Orphan Car Boot sale. Combined prices were £10. So you spent £10 all that stuff. Very good deal there. So in terms of miscellaneous stuff, just a couple of things to mention. Of course, Blackpool, Liverpool. The fact they're doing the contest to get to 500. It was also my sister and grandma's birthday recently. You can wish them happy birthday if you want, but yeah, they both had a great birthday. And also last night we went somewhere called Kinran. It's a British tourist attraction, but you got people who were volunteering for this. They're dressing up in like olden day clothes and doing a performance that you get to see live with different animals. There were horses, there were lambs, there were sheep, there were donkeys, there were geese. There were about 40 geese. There were loads. But yeah, it was an amazing event, and I will do a YouTube short on that soon. But that's it in terms of what I've been up to. That's all I had on my list. So I'll just delete that list as I've spoken about everything that was on there. Got Jason saying maybe you, Brian, and I could do live stream 50 essential albums in the 1990s in the future. Well, do we have to? Well, I think it's a great idea that, but do we have to come up with 50 albums of the 1990s each, or did you pick like 5 each, or 15, or 15? How many do we have to? Do we have to all choose 50? So I don't think I know that many albums of the 1990s. Hope your sister and godmother fantas a birthday, mate. They sure did. Thanks, Mike. I also, a few days ago, I think, yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago now. It didn't feel that long ago, but yeah, I saw Mike Iggy. Did you see that? Just before his birthday. And I sent him a gift. I sent him a box of sweets that he actually reviewed in this channel, and he quite liked them. In fact, I kind of wish I bought myself some, but I literally live about 15 minutes from where I got them from. So I'll definitely go and get some more at some point. No, I could buy 50 between the three of us. Oh, right. So that's like 16 albums. I think one of us would have to do more than the other two. But about 15 to 17 albums of the 1990s. I reckon I could do that. And if I can come up with a list, I'll definitely join that live stream. Yeah, if I could think of that many, but I'm sure I could. I'm sure if it was 50, I definitely could have done that. But I reckon with that amount, I probably could do that. But I don't know, I'm caught up with the chat, and I've caught up with what I've been up to lately. And I think I said what I'm going to be doing later. Just listen to music. I've listened to one of the albums that Boz sent me. But I think that's pretty much it, really. I appreciate all these comments. I got a lot more than I think last time. The last couple of times, it's been fairly quiet. These live streams have done the last couple of times, at this time there's been quite a few people. There's been quite a few people in the chat, and they leaving quite a few questions and just general chat comments. I really appreciate it, and I'll probably conclude the live stream now. I'd appreciate it if you give this live stream a like, and next time I do one of these will be after my holiday, so stay tuned for that. Because Garrett and Nick aren't familiar enough in the 1990s, so if there's someone to join, well, I'll try my best to think of albums for it. Yeah, 6 people so far, James. Not too bad. But yeah, I think I'll leave it now. I hope everyone has a great rest of the month, and until next time, everyone, peace out and ciao.